So today is not a fishing video, it's another tips and tricks video. 5 tips and tricks to be exact. Yes, I know it's a fishing rod, and yes, technically I am fishing, but it's a tips and tricks, alright. Nice. So the first tip I'm going to show you is this. With tummies, why should you just have one that you keep on your thumb all day and it gets nasty, covered in bait juice, gets on your reel, whatever. You take it off, you put it in your pocket, then you take your hands and you put them in your pocket, then your pockets get all nasty. What do? This is what you do. So this is what we're going to make here. It's a lot like a finger style. In fact, it's exactly the same. And I'm going to start with making a finger style because I'm not just about the guys with the multipliers, you know what I mean? So I use rubber gloves, heavy duty rubber gloves for this, right? But you don't have to. So you make a one cut on that side, another cut on this side, like so. You turn the glove over, and without cutting the other side of it, put your scissors in, you go through, you cut that side, so then you got that there. So now you run up the glove, you can stop it blowing around the place. And you cut yourself a good long strip like that. Helps if it's long, because you can always trim it back when you get the size you want. Now, so then you take a rubber band, just an ordinary rubber band. Get them in any stationery place. Right? See where I'm going with this? So then you get your super glue, which you should always have anyway. It's wonderful stuff. And you put a dab, not on the rubber band, well away from the rubber band, just about there. So now you got your finger style. You just put that on just like you would normally. Roll your hand around, get the elastic band straight. And then, you know, it's as easy as that. Over your finger it goes. You're ready for casting. Cheap as chips. Yeah. So, and then for the multiplier, boys, there's your tummy. That's it. You can do the same, exactly the same with the inner tube of a bicycle. They come in all sizes. For small fingers, in between fingers, giant big man hands, the lot. So that's it. Simple, cheap and effective. Tip number 1. So I'm going to take in the right hand rod. It's still not a fishing video. Alright. Just because I'm fishing, right? It's still a tips and tricks video. So we'll have a look at this. So it's been out for about 20 minutes. So we'll give it a look now. That's the one I just made as well. We're testing stuff too. But we got to rebait. We got to rebait, and that brings me on to my next tip. So today we're using Logan squid as usual, because I can get my own lugworm and there's no tackle shops that sell bait around here. So the squid from the Asian shops, which is also a great thing. No matter where you are in the world, there's always an Asian shop, and by proxy there's always some bait Now you see, the thing is, right, if you're working with fish baits or you're working with squid, if you don't have a chopping board, you need a pair of scissors, right? But you can't cut all things with a pair of scissors. So then it's a good idea always to have a chopping board with you. And instead of humping one around, what I've done is, right, I've taken one side of an antifreeze plastic can and I've attached this to the top of my bait box with these stainless steel clips here. They go around the other side there like that, they clip onto the edge of the box. But I realised that everybody might not have stainless steel lying around the place. So before I started using that, I used to just hot melt glue the thing to the top of the box. And when it got all nasty and destroyed and cut up and you couldn't clean it anymore, I just tear it off and put it in the bin. And for me, that's the better option for everybody, for nature, for everybody. Because we got all this plastic we're not using and we should make use of it instead of producing more, buying more and wasting more. We should reuse what we have. So I like to do this. And also, who wants to hump around a giant chopping board, right? They're heavy and everything else. This thing's 2 mil thick, that's it. And it's tough as well, because it's for carrying chemicals in it as well. So when it gets messed up, you just change it on to the next thing. That's tip number 2. If it was in my pocket, I would have had to put the rod down. So I think this is a great idea. So we'll lash this one out, see if we can get lucky. Stupid side wind. So I just got a huge bite on the left rod. I had mackerel on it. 4-0 hook. Let's see what's on. Oh. What? Get this in, get it baited. Still not a fishing video. I've been bitten off. This is 80 pounds. I got no wire in my box. What do I do? This is what you do. So you weren't sure, right? You went through all your rigs, couldn't find any wire, couldn't find any 100 pound, couldn't find any 200 pound. All you had was some 80. Knackered, right? Not so, brothers, not so. You get that 80 pound, 50 pound, whatever pound you got. You take it, you double it up, you tie a knot in the end. Now you got a loop like this. This is just the same as the Bimini twist, only not as hard. So you just get it and you twirl it 20 times, 15 times, 20 times. The more you twirl it, the tighter the loops. Keep your finger in there. Hold it in your teeth. Let the whole lot come together like so. You with me, brothers? Tie another knot in the end. And so then you're left with this. This is 4 times 80. I have used this in the past when I've got bitten off and I didn't have any wire with me. So now you need to put a hook on it. So then you take your hook. It's an 8-0 circle. So if it's a circle hook, you have to come in this side here. And the good thing is now this is the same as a snell as well. So it'll work exactly the same as a snell for the circle as well. Over she goes. Down she goes. There you go. One bite trace. If you had £100 and you did this, you'd had £400 bite. If you have 50, you got 200. You get the picture. And how you attach this on here, you could use a uni knot, you could use the figure of 8, or you could use my loop knot. It's linked in the description. Tip number 3. We'll have a look at this rod. I'm not fishing. Still not a fishing video. There he is there. Just flash him in the bucket. See if he's okay or not. That's a bit of a lugworm. We'll give him a minute. See how he gets on. I used to travel and fish quite a lot. And some of the places I'd end up, there wouldn't be room for a tripod or whatever, but there'd be railings or something like that. So I got into this habit of always bringing these with me. And I attached them to the shoulder harness on my seat box. Let's go and have a look at it. So this is it here. Just people use them on boats, other stuff. I found they're great for pairs as well. So I attach them to the back of my seat rests on the shoulder pads, so it adds a little bit of extra cushioning as well. So when you arrive on a mark or a pier that you weren't sure about, and it turns out it was uncomfortable to use your tripod, you just use one of these and just go around like that, just around the pier or whatever, like that, around the railing like so, and then this bit peels up, you put your rod down like that, and it can save you a lot of trouble. That's tip number 4. Nice. So we'll have a look at your man we left in the bucket there. She's getting on. Give him an old release now. Wow, 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 fuck. Plenty of life with him anyway. So we'll put him back. I like to leave him in the bucket for a while when it's quite rough, you know, because they need all their energy they can get to make it out through this lot here. So we put him there for now. I'm not going to get soaked wet. To be away now any second. Trust me. Here it comes. Bye, Mr. Flounder. There he goes. Back on this, buddy. Great stuff. Still not a fishing video, right? I'm jiggling the rod up and down because it's a brutal side wind and the baits aren't really unclipping all the time. So if you give them an old jiggle and they pop out, that's not a tip, that's some advice. But this is still not a fishing video. I'm going to take in the last rod, the right hand rod, see if there's a fishy on it. And if there is, it's still not a bloody fishing video, right? See if we got something on. A mega flounder. Actually, it does feel like there's a fish on. See, this is whatever it is. Ah, it's just a little flounder. Ah well. What do you do? You know, you're trying not to make a fishing video and you catch fish. What the hell? Oh, in there he's going mental. Let's give him a minute. We put him back, pack up a little bit. So we return our last catch to the sea. So Poseidon can decide his future instead of me. So he's down here in this bucket and we get him out. Come here, Frosty. Ah, fuck, he's got me. No, I'm only joking. Live and kicking, healthy, lovely job. We just put him back in the sea where he came from. You don't have to kill Everton. Goodbye! Right. So, on to my 5th and final tip. Right, so you've packed away your reels, your rigs are back in the rig wallet or wherever you put them, right? And you go to take your rods apart, right? It's either slashing rain, boiling hot, or freezing cold, but the outcome is nearly always the same. And it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me fishing, apart from falling in a heap and there breaking my neck. But apart from that, it's the worst thing. Your rod won't come apart. What do you do? What do you do? This is what you do. So your rod's knackered. It's too big to fit in your car. It's the middle of the night, wherever. You're miles from anywhere. You don't want to throw your rod in the ditch and come back with somebody later on. So this is what I've come up with. On the side of my box, right here, are 2 pieces of floor tape. You put them on the side of steps and stuff like that. This one has been on there 2 years. This one I put on just now, just as a bit of fresh tape for the video, you know. And this is what you do with them. When you're stuck and your hands are all slippy and it's raining or it's too hot, the rod has swelled and you can't get it apart, you take these pieces of tape. Shit! Woo! This is a crazy beach. That's never happened to me before. Crazy beach. So, if you're not being rudely interrupted by F-16s and stuff like that, and you're trying to make a video, this is what you do. You take your tape and you place it either side of the joint on the rod, thusly. And that's it. That's all the purchase and grip you're going to need to get that apart. That's all it is. And that was tip number 5. So, I'm Billy. This is Billy Not Fishing. Thanks for watching. And remember, I'll see you on the beach. Bye.